So, I understand my father more. Doesn't mean he was right, you know. But in the end, they suffered more than we ever did. And it's sad, you know. The decisions we make at every point in our life, at some time, we will be held accountable for them. And the tragic part is that the selfish actions of my sister, she's going to end up alone, unloved, unwanted. Her greatest fear is to be ugly, and she is. Physically and inside. It's horrible to say, but she is. You know, she's covered herself with tattoos trying to become something, and part of me blames my mom for that. She told Rachel when she was told my sister when she was very young that all she had going for her were her looks. And I think she took that to heart, that all that mattered was looks, and she has used it to her advantage to get men, to get people to do what she wants, and she saw the power of that. And I think now as she reaches 40, she's terrified of losing the only thing that she thinks is of value. She had her first plastic surgery when she was in her late 20s. She had a breast lift and a small implant put in. And then a few years later, she had another thing done to her breasts, and she had a tummy tuck and her lips done. And then a few years after that, she had gastric bypass, and then she got really, really skinny. And since then, you know, everything, she almost died from the gastric bypass. And then she has done other body modifications, not just surgical ones. She's, you know, covered in tattoos. And nothing's wrong with tattoos. I have tattoos. But what's wrong is when you're getting them for the wrong reason. If you're getting them to adorn yourself, to express an emotion, or to adorn yourself because you feel confident and beautiful with that art on you, or in memory of someone, or something significant, that's one thing. When you're doing it because you're scared to see who you are and you're trying to become something else and it's a lie, that's where it's wrong. And then, you know, she gauged out her ears, and she's just the person I knew, the child that I grew up with. It's like she erased every last trace of this person that had gentleness in her. She always had a temper. She always had a mean streak. She always had the tendency to be cruel. But she also had immense generosity. She took care of all of us as children. I mean, at some point, she was a genuinely good person, and somewhere in there, she chose to harden herself. She chose to become a person that could steal and not feel guilty about it, that could use her family to protect herself and not feel guilty about it, to discard people like they were used toilet paper, you know, and not feel guilty. I mean, she erased every bit of the person she used to be. When I saw her in November when I testified, I barely recognized her. It's like I see her and I know the face, and I know her, what I thought of her, but I don't see my sister anymore. I don't see her, and I should feel something, I think, but I don't. I don't know if it's that I'm accepting what has happened, or I simply haven't moved past the shock of it. I mean, it's been 5 years and it still seems so unreal. I mean, how can this happen in real life? Real life is supposed to be boring and mundane, and I'm not supposed to be a criminal. I'm not supposed to go to prison. I'm not supposed to be a bad person. I'm not supposed to be an orphan. I'm not supposed to have been betrayed by those who loved me, or I thought loved me. That doesn't happen in real life, It's like something from a Lifetime channel movie. At least that's how it feels. I know everyone has bad lives. I know there's no such thing as a perfect life, but it seriously seems like a plot from Lifetime. And I think maybe I'm still in shock, and that's why I don't feel anything, and I feel like I should. That I should feel anger or grief, but I feel towards her like I would a stranger. I would feel bad for anyone being where she is right now and in this position and alone like she is. No matter who they were, I'd feel sorry for them. That's a sad statement when it's your sister and you just feel like someone said, oh, this poor person, they lost her whole family and they're being an idiot, and they've lost their whole entire life, and I don't know. I'm sure it'll change after May 3rd. I mean, even if I don't go to prison, I still have so much to work through, to accept, because this did happen. And a part of me wants to hide and work and hide in everything else and live just in this moment and not accept that this really happened. Because if I think about it, it hurts. It hurts to know that I was used and betrayed, and that I mattered so little that she could do that to me. That I was that insignificant. And that's what hurts. I don't feel worthless now, but I think a part of me, I don't know, I think it was a bad enough thing to happen that it's gonna hurt for a while. It took me a while to get past the pain when my mom tried to kill me and the pain of my divorce, and I did. But I think this is also fresh because it's still not over, and I haven't had time to heal. I don't think I've fully faced it because it hasn't been finished, so it's just sitting on the back burner, So I guess it just means that no matter how good of a day I had, it's still there. It's always there. Just this black cloud that just follows me around and goes, hey, yeah, you had a great time, but here I am. So, anyways, journaling like this helps a lot. And so I'll keep doing it. But today was a good day, regardless of, the tears. It was a very good day.